Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tina and it's so great to be here with you. I am getting to use this month's sketch of the month. I've already used it for a single page here. As you can see here, I have this Journey of a Lifetime Stonehenge. My husband and I were in Europe. We were in England. Sorry, we were in Europe last year. We've been to Europe the past 2 years, but we were in England in 2023. And this is an album that I'm trying to finish. And one of the things that I am working on adding to every album that I do are two single pages that are put next to each other that do not match. Like this here is a layout, a 2-page layout. I'm trying to get comfortable putting single pages next to each other as a challenge because I have a lot of older scrapbooking to do where I maybe only have 1 or 2, maybe 3 smaller square pictures, and I'm going to need to be working with those a lot. So I figure if I start phasing this in, I'll get super comfortable. But here is the sketch of the month. I chose to do the right side of the sketch. I think it worked out so good. I love the map. Too many clouds in my background. You guys, the stencils are free. I need a new one. I've used it up. I did this cloud in a bunch of stuff, but I did too many clouds on this one. But it was a lot of work, so I said I was going to go with it. I added a little torn strip at the bottom, and then I just want to show you, I made my bottom smaller down here because I wanted to like add this little dovetail at the top, and I just wanted to change the balance of the photos or the balance of the layout for my photo. Now this photo is a 12 by 4, and this is one of the photo sizes that I really love to get when it's perfect from Persnickety Prints. All right, I love Persnickety Prints. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. Our sketch of the month that we focus on in conjunction with the Creative Art Challenge, here's our Creative Art Challenge for the month, is this one right here. We have 2 this month, but this is one. And you see you can do the title option here, which is kind of what I did, and I moved this over. As well as you could do a title option down here or something as well. It gives you cute little ideas. This is our 2025 sketchbook. The details will be down in the description of the video. That's actually, it includes design space files for all 19 sketches. There's 19 sketches or designs in the sketchbook, and 3 are single pages. All right, so we have a single page focus this month, and I have that one all ready to go too. All right, I love this. All right, let me go back. I highlighted it so I wouldn't forget. One of our techniques for this month 7, a highlighted technique or product spotlight, is all about words. Incorporate song, lyrics, poems, quotes, and more on your projects. So song, lyrics, poems, quotes, whatever. I am setting this up as a pre-done layout for later on this year. Why I chitty chat, I'm going to go ahead and do my half circles. These are just half circles that are cut in half. I'm going to go ahead and attach my half circles. I do a lot of pre-done layouts. We are going to Kennedy Space Center later on this year, and this was perfect for that. So I'm going to be putting that title on, but this will also be coming out as a kit. And it will say, you know, I love you to the moon and back again, as well as, here it is. I'm going to put it on this one too. I'm going to type it up on mine. I'll do another one that says to infinity and beyond, and I'm going to put to infinity and beyond on this one, which we all know is a quote from Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. All right, we'll go ahead and put these on. I really love this layout. I ended up liking this layout so much more after I did it the first time. I like to sit on a layout and think of some ideas, so I thought I would share my top fave idea with you right now is, since it's song lyrics and all of that, record albums. Look, I'm dating myself. I get that. And if you're asking yourself what a record album is, really dating myself. But so a record album would be magnificent here. And then putting the song lyrics, either you could do custom word paper here on the bottom. You could do it where a photo goes, anything like that. One of the things that I like about this particular layout is it works for whatever size your photos are going to be, as long as they are in landscape orientation. So landscape orientation, you can have 6x4s. You can have actually portrait 3x4s. It holds 8 3x4s all the way across. That's another thing to do it. So that one is in portrait. You could do a 4x4 and a 6x4 and then have a 2x2 with some journaling in the middle. I am going to include this white piece. It's going to work as a spacer for me, but also if I decide to trim my photos down. And so this isn't something that would be included in the in your measurements or in kits because it's just not needed. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in to use it for my spacer to put this together. Let's grab some of our liquid glue. Okay. Let's see if our liquid glue wants to work for me. Okay. Just going to run it down here. And I'm not doing any background stamping because I don't need to. The background of this is this really beautiful, it's a goldy yellow of the mini dots from the My Colors from Photoplay. And I love all of the little bumps for this so much. I love them so much. I'm thinking I need to check my paper because all of my pieces are over. Let me just check this really quick. Oh, it looks like I cut my paper a little bit short. When I cut the tab off, I cut it a little bit short. I'm not willing to go back for that. So we're just going to make it work. And this page is just going to be a little bit thinner. I do that sometimes. God has a sense of humor. I'm a paper crafter who, I can do 8 measurements better now, but I'm a paper crafter who really struggled with 8 measurements, and I don't like cutting paper. Sometimes I'm just like, no, it doesn't like me back. All right, so doing this pre-done layout, I will be all set for Kennedy Space Center. I've already decided that I'm going to do a single page and 2 double pages. This one here is, I don't know why I cannot seem to pull my adhesive today. I'm going to do 2 of the double pages and a single page, and I'm going to have them all pre-set up and ready to go. A thing that I have been trying with my scrapbooking is to, when I have something specific, I have a lot of pre-done layouts, but when I have, guys, you know, I would have been looking for that. That goes to my Moon and Back Again stamp set. Oh, which is the paper collection I'm working with right now. Look, but you can tell I've been making lots of embellishments and getting those ready. So that's off to the side. That would have been absolutely awful, but I had put my stuff in a pile. It happens. All right, I'm going to go ahead and chop all of this off, but that star is gold. I do have this entire collection. It wasn't just for the Kennedy Space Center. I still have some baby pictures that I need to do. And then of Jacob, some younger boy pictures, which this works for that. I also really loved the Stamp and Think Cut set. They were super cute. I really love I love the rocket. The dinosaur in the little saucer was just too cute. This was something I didn't have. It's something like this, and that's what I really look for now. What I am really looking for is just something that's different that I don't have. I don't think my tape runner likes when I press real hard, because I notice when I'm nice and light, it works just fine. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you know I'm heavy-handed. Okay. So this is to the Moon and Back Again collection by Photoplay, and I really love this color combination that they have. I find that a lot of boy paper, it goes one of 2 ways. It goes pastel-y blue, or it goes, when they get a little older, it goes very primary, you know, your rainbow, bright blue, bright red, bright orange, you know, bright green, right straight to that primary. And this just offered a different color palette, and I loved it. This is 1/8 of an inch of some black glitter paper that I grabbed out of my stash. I really think it adds a little something to this. So this is an addition to the sketch of the month. I cannot wait to look at everyone's sketch of the month. I'm dying to see if anyone's going to try to do the record. All right, so you can kind of see here with my, I think I have a clock, and my glow. You can see that I have this piece at the bottom, and then there's the room for the 4-inch, and then I've added, this is 1/8 of an inch, and I've added a 1/2. Let's see if this is enough to hold this down. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can get that out without having to turn my glue, pull my tip off and bring it out. Sometimes it will be kind. All right, there we go. Just see if that works. Okay. This will work with any papers, but I really love the idea of accentuating. It doesn't have to match. So those half circles that we have, you don't have to have something that would be a circle like the moon or an album or anything like that. But I love the idea of using it and accentuating that into your layout with things that would be circular, that you then cut them in half and have them on each page, or do a single page like I did. Either one of those I think is a lot of fun. Our second layout of the month, which I'm hoping I had close by, is also another circle. It's a single page. We have so many sketches in the book. Okay, hold on. I'm like, there it is. Here is our second one for this month. Hoping you get a good look. And I'll be back to do that one as well. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and put this little top. I changed mine to a 3/8 instead of the 1/4 of an inch that was at the top. And I just did that so I could get that border in. I love it. I think it looks so good. It's just perfect. I'll go ahead and put this in. And then I just grabbed a little bit of bling out of my stash. I love the mini dots and the different textures and the little touch of the plaid. And I felt like this just kind of had everything that I was looking for, with a simple layout that's going to let my photos really shine on this. I'm going to be adding some of the stickers. You guys are going to have so much fun creating with these. Super cute, right? I definitely have to have one of those. The rocket. I do have the Stampin' Thing cuts, but I want to use this. Super cute. There's even this, the cutest dude in the galaxy. And I love that because George is going to be with me. So even though there is some baby vibes on here, there is enough here. Okay, so I like the loading too, but there's enough. Even the You Are My Sun, My Moon, and All My Stars. This is Love to Infinity and Beyond. That's really cute. I could maybe plant them in there, but I feel like there's enough between the stars, the frame, the little galaxy, this. I do really like the dinosaur and the flying saucer, but you got some planet action going. You know, little odds and ends, this here, and then there's baby as well. So I think there's enough that I can take some adult approach to it and be good to go. All right. These can really go wherever you want them to go. If you need, if you're putting words on them and you want the words to go all the way around, then I would suggest you move them over just a little bit more. All right. I love the this way, that. You can also switch these if you want. And these are just circles that you're going to cut in half. So really do your circles whatever size you would like them to be. An idea. This one, I'm going to say the big one is 3. This is about a 6-inch circle here, cut in half for this one. I'm liking this already. Okay, I've already done my title, so it's ready to go. It's the Kennedy Space Center. I know all of you Cricut people right now are going to be like, oh, honey, what is wrong with your mat? Nothing. I don't ever clean my mats. I just spray them, and then when I finally cut through them, they go, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is, this is going to take me a little bit of time to put each of these on. I'm going to put them on with liquid glue. And what I'm going to do is start from here to get the Kennedy, and then I'm going to start from here to go to Space Center, because that's going to give me nice spacing coming this way, and I'll have the empty portion here and the empty portion over here. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera because that's going to take me a little while. But as soon as I get that done, I'll be back to share some more. All right, I am back and all my letters are down for my title. I do wish I had curved my "the" just a little bit more. You can see I have it really nicely curved over here with this space center. I just wish I had curved that a little bit more, but I think you get to a point where you have to say, good enough. One of the things that I really love about leaning into a sketch is it makes me try something again and again and again. I've actually decided to kind of go back to titles. I kind of stopped doing titles. I would just do whatever stickers came with a paper pack and make those work or anything. But I've decided to really go back and start personalizing my layouts with my titles again. I do think everything old is new again. And I think where we are right now in the craft world with those of us who have been in for a long time, we have a lot of stuff, right? So I want to shop my stash first. I always love new. So this To the Moon and Back Again collection is the new part. The paper is my new part. The pattern paper that came in the kit and the stickers. I did get the stamp and the thin cuts because I know I have 5 projects with it. That's the new part. But a lot of what I'm doing for me is, so that's a lot for me. What I'm doing is buying the paper and saying, but I'm going to use solids out of my stash. I'm going to find embellishments out of my stash. I'm going to do these different things. That's why I do like that I get the sticker sheet when I pick up the paper packs. But other than that, just trying to not always do the same thing. I recently did pre-colored die cuts and just the die set instead of adding the stamp too. I've done just ephemera. So you don't need to purchase everything to have some really nice pages when you're done. Okay, so I have all of this on here. Now what I want to do is I want to add some tids and bits, right? So I do want the cutest dude in the galaxy. I'm going to want this. All right. I like this little moon that's going on over here. I'm going to grab that. I may keep this one for... I'm thinking I might keep this one for my other, one of my other layouts. I don't want to use everything on one. I think one of the space guys. I think I'm going to do this one. Okay. Oh, look at that. I love when it's all cut out like that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do that. And I don't really, there's no future rocket scientist. George is retired, but I don't know what's going to happen in life, right? But I really do like this. I made a wish and you came true. I think that's super cute. I'm going to look at this Love to Infinity and Beyond and see if maybe I'm going to use this. I've been pre-stamping a lot of my the stamp sets and thin cutting them just to have those ready. Also, I like to do a little bit of coloring. I did want to share a tip with you. If you are a person who does the stamp and thin cuts, I just realized my mic's not on, so hopefully I'm staying close enough. If you're a person who likes to do the stamp and thin cuts, one of the things I like to do is just stamp them first and then thin cut them and then color them. And the reason why I like to do it in that order is if I pre-color the entire thing and then I go to thin cut it out and I mess it up, like, I don't have it positioned right or it moves on my plate or anything like that happens, and I have a magnetic plate and I do tape them down, but things happen. I've lost all of the coloring as well. Whereas if I just thin cut it out after this point and I haven't colored it in, it's a lot less time. All right, let's go ahead and add a few of these. I'm going to want foam tape, so let me grab some items. Okay. Just going to turn my sticker sheet over so I can start doing all of these at one time. And I'm using my old anti-static pouch. I don't ever use the one that I use for my embossing because if it gets adhesive on it and then I rub my piece, could be, you know, a big deal. All right, I want to get rid of the extra paper, or the powder, excuse me. I'm just flinging some powder off. There we go, because that can mess with my new adhesive coming in. All right. I cut small amounts, and I'm just going to start adding some foam tape to the back of these. I will often just cut my foam tape and pile them on top of each other because it's a non-stick. They come that way. I'm gonna cut a little bit more. This is 1/4 inch foam tape. This is currently my favorite foam tape. I really do like it. I use a lot of foam tape, and I'll put the information in the description as well. The roll is huge. It's just a huge roll, and I'm a foam tape girl, so. I will sometimes take, if I have a little bit left over, I have in my drawer, I have some that is pre-cut and stuck to a non-stick sheet. I'll use that and just have it next to me. And sometimes I'll just kind of cut little pieces and fill it to make this a little bit, go a little faster. All right. There we go. It doesn't always have to take forever. I mean, normally for me it does, but it doesn't always have to take forever. All right, and I've added a few things out of my stash. I have some sparkles, and I have some gray little stars in here that I'm probably going to incorporate. Let's move these over. And I know that this area here is most likely going to be filled with photos. So I want to kind of stay clear of this area, but just kind of say any photos that I put on here. That's going to be cute. I think I want to bump the one side of this up just because of the layers. I want it to sit, oh, it's not that far off. Okay. You could even do this, you know, on this. I think I'm just going to kind of move things around and play. And if I see what I like, then I like it. This is what I want to save. What I'm hoping to do is to do a 6x4 and maybe a 4x4 and then have this in the center. So when I put this in my plastic bag to use later, I'm going to leave this free. And maybe we're 5 months out from this vacation, but maybe I'll even have to come back and kind of do this as one of my layout shares. I may go ahead and just leave my stickers off. I know I'm going to want this one on this side. I'm going to put this one on, and then I think I'm going to save the rest. There we go. And now that I have like this circle over here, I think I'd like to add another. Normally I would talk as I go over, but I'm not mic'd, so I will be right back. Okay, I just went ahead and I grabbed a couple of my circle punches because I feel like I would like to add that in this area. Lots of choices in here with this paper pack. There's no hardship in the paper pack. So I'm just going to kind of flip through and see which one I would like to add. There it is. I think I really want to add some of this one. So it's on the other side of this. I kind of like this. It has little footprints on it, like it's dinosaurs. And I was thinking about this because I'm using this in an upcoming card with, you guessed it, dinosaurs. I have this being added. I'm going to be showing how to use some papers out of your stash, but there is another paper in here that is so well designed. And it has multiple versions on it. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Give me this real quick. Okay, this is actually really good. Do you see how they have this? I'm not going to use a lot of these, but sometimes what you can do is if you're looking to just put a little something on there, like a circle or a square or like a cutout of something, go and look at this. Like here, I could get in a circle, you know, I could get this with just a little bit of stars around it. And I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm not even going to worry too much about the, this is my bigger one, yeah. These are pretty close in size, aren't they? Okay. I'm going to pop right in here, and I'm going to grab this just like this. I'm going to pick it up off of the floor in just a second. See if I want to come from this side instead. There we go. Yeah, those look really cute. See how they have like the little stars now? Those are going to make some really cute embellishments. I'm also going to add one over here. And then I love this paper. Notice I looked at it right away. It's my favorite paper right now. I'm going to just grab a little one right there because of the dinosaurs that you guys haven't seen yet. Okay, I really like these. I think these are going to be perfect little additions over here. And I only wish I had moved this one down a little bit. I'm going to try to give a little pull and see if I can separate the foam from the back. That's one of the things that I do like when I need to pull. Oh, I got a little bit of a pull there. We'll see what happens. Because I didn't rub. If you rub the foam tape, it's a lot nicer than if you just pull at it. All right. I want to move that one over just a little bit. Think I will like this a lot more, and then I'll be able to put these little things here across the bottom and still get the other layouts that I want with this collection. I plan on doing multiple, as I mentioned. I'd like to do 5 pages, but I might end up doing 6 for the Kennedy Space Center. It is probably going to just be that we're going to go there that just this one time. So it is possible instead of 5, I might do 6 pages as well. All right, let's go ahead and pop these on. And we'll add a couple of little stars. And another thing you could do is you could splatter this, add a little bit of splatter or anything like that. All right, I'm putting this here. So I really just wanted this to come this way a little bit. See if I can sand that off. I have a little bit just hanging right there. But with this being that textured paper, I don't want to lose any of that. Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to have to go the other way. I'm going to go this way with this one. And then this way with this one. I like them offset just a little bit. There we go. That looks super cute too. And then on this side, I'll do the other way. And what I want to do with this is the stars go this, the lines go this way with the stars. So I want to keep it kind of the same way on this side. So on this one, I'm going to put this one right here. And then just that little one that had the tiny little footprint with the little shoe prints. So you got regular shoe prints. I think they're boot prints. I'm not sure. They look like maybe they're fossils. Then I think they're footprints. Then I'm like they're dinosaur or bird footprints. And it's just super cute. All right, we're going to go this way. There we go. All right, grabbing some bling. You can do so many things with this. I want to mix my bling. Okay, one of the things I really liked, and I've been kind of merging my bling. So these are grays. I like that I have the different colors of gray in this pack, and I have different colors of gray in the papers. So they're going to blend, and then I want to add a couple of sparkles as I go. These are all just bling I'm trying to de-stash. Okay, we're going to start with a medium star and then a small star above it over here. And I'm gonna grab a sparkle and just kind of add a sparkle to the mix as well. There we go. I have something sticky on me. There we go. All right. I'd like this to be a little farther over if I can get it. There we go. And over here, I want to do something similar. I'm going to go with the medium. There we go. And then the small. And then a sparkle. I like that very much. All right, and I want to keep this layout very simple. I am trying to simplify some of my scrapbooking. It's easy. We could spend 5 hours. We could spend 8 hours on a 2-page layout, but I'm in a situation where progress is very important to me right now. And I want some really beautiful layouts to hold my memories. I want to focus on some of my journaling, and I want to make progress. So if you're looking at doing all of those things, I think you will really enjoy kind of where my scrapbooking is going. I love him in this little, right here. I think I'm going to need to go ahead and attach that. Let's just double check over here. Oh, it's a challenge, right? Okay, so, or I could even do like he's floating off, right? Let's see. I'm going to go with it right here. All right, I'm going to peel this. Sometimes it just happens that way, and you're exactly where you need to be. Now, the little space guys, those are stickers only, but the rocket ship is in the, and the little dinosaur and the flying saucer, which is so cute. Those are in the Stamp and Thin Cuts, but the little space guys are in the stickers. I have something that has gotten taped, and it's hanging off right here. I want to get that real quick. There we go. Okay, I do not want to misplace this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tweezers, because I have really big fingers. And we're just going to look. Because the question really is, where do I want the air hose that we got going on here? Okay, I think I kind of like it right there, but I want to do a double check. Oh, that is such a tough decision because I also like it. It looks more whimsical like this. All right, we're going to go like this. I'm going to be serious. Here we go. And then I'll probably put the funniest pictures on here. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. Okay, that's adorable. And then I have the cutest dude in the galaxy right here. I have this Love to Infinity and Beyond that I'm going to add. And of course, now I'm just super excited about the layout, you know, because it's coming to the ending point. I have some stars, and I did think about adding some of the larger stars in here, but I think I'm going to hold them for my next one. There are these little footprints right here, and since I have the guy right here, I'm thinking adding these footprints might be a cute idea, but it's out in space. All right, I'm going to save that to put on my moon. I've already cut a moon. I'm going to have to make sure that I remember that. All right, I think that's going to do it for this layout. I'm going to put these in my bag. And what I do is I just bag mine. I put them back to back like this, and I stick them in clear Ziploc bags. And it works for me, and I will be able to add my pictures and put these on here. I think these kits are going to be so much fun for everyone to put together and record your memories, whether it's I love you to the moon and back again, to infinity and beyond. Maybe you're doing a graduation with it, whatever. I have the Kennedy Space Center. I really love the color combination on this. Lots of fun and so many stickers to really play with. All right, guys, thanks for letting me craft for a little bit with you today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, crafty, blessed day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.